Trump is saying that before November, we're going to have a vaccine in Operation Warp Speed. I'm not sure I believe that. 65% of women surveyed would be reluctant to give their kids the first vaccine. And I have posited the thought publicly that our leaders who will advocate for everyone taking this vaccine, they should give it to themselves and their kids and their grandkids first. And then I think a lot of people would feel a lot safer about it. A lot safer you are, because you don't have to listen to me anymore. I sit back and relax in this segment. When we mix it up, John Burnett is with us, and he is a managing director of the One Empire Group, columnist for Newsmax, and former candidate for New York City Comptroller. And David Eisenbach is a historian, Columbia University professor, and former Democrat candidate for public advocate in New York City. And I got to tell you guys, you guys should team up as a package deal, comptroller and public advocate. I would be on that train in a minute, because we need you more than ever right now. But JB, Trump administration came out with this detailed plan to administer millions of doses of vaccine. I'm not fully buying it, me myself. What do you think?
I don't know. I think there's some reports that there's a Pfizer vaccine that might be ready at the end of October if the next couple of weeks prove to continue to show positive results. So I see something being announced shortly before the election, and then moving into operationalizing the distribution shortly thereafter. But as you pointed out, it's a matter of identifying that 30 to 35% of the people that have no reservations in taking it, and moving forward with that and working with the states to distribute it.
Dave, how do you feel about this?
I'm with you, John. And anybody who thinks we're going to have a vaccine in October, I'd like you to contact me, because I got a bridge I'd like to sell you.
He's making funny.
This is so clearly a political ploy from a guy who's been lying about this virus from day one. This virus, according to the head of the CDC yesterday, Robert Rexford, is not going to be ready, this vaccine, until late third quarter 2021. That's the best case scenario. And even then, as you said, there's such skepticism about vaccines right now that it's not going to be something that gets right out to the public and the public is willing to sign.
But John, we all know that government has a lot of waste, and they take 10 times as long to do something as, let's say, a business would. We have a businessman in the White House. So he challenged our medical brain trust, if you will, to root out the bureaucracy and really focus on delivery. And that's what a good leader should do. A good leader should challenge, and not just challenge through aspiration, but give a specific timeline.
Yeah.
If that timeline can be honored with mitigating risks, right, then it should do so. Sometimes it goes over, sometimes it comes short. But but look at his record. He's always delivered on time and under budget.
What are you talking about?
No,
he has been over budget by $3 trillion per year in terms of his deficit. We have not even come close to any sort of sense of the FDA approving anything. The FDA does not move along.
That's unfair, David, when you got to factor in Chuck and Nancy, the Chuck and Nancy show.
That doesn't change the fact that we are not going to have a vaccine by October. Whether it's Chuck and Nancy's fault, Mitch McConnell's fault, Donald Trump's fault, the Easter Bunny's fault, doesn't matter. It's not going to happen by October. Sorry.
Oh, he went to the Easter Bunny. He went to the Easter Bunny on us. All right, so I got to tell you, JB, I feel like many women, even Democrat women that I'm talking to, they are first and foremost, they want cops because they want safety and security. So I think women are a good barometer because, they know what's best. It's innate, right? Women want cops on the street And 65% of mothers in a small poll said that they would never give this kid vaccine for like another year. So I don't think it's that urgent to get the vaccine out because no mom is giving it to their kid.
Yeah, but John, well, you also have to look at this, right? And I'm stating this with the assumption that the vaccine is safe, right? And the vaccine has been proven. We have Pfizer. We have a lot of credible organizations working on this. This is not just the FDA and the
But it doesn't happen unless the FDA.
Let me finish. The thing is, John, what we cannot have is state governors, as well as local municipalities keeping shutdowns and keeping the mayhem going for another year, John.
Well, that's what they're trying to do.
The free market society will no longer be free, John.
I'm with you. And David,
so there is a balance. There is no perfect solution on this earth, but there are trade-offs, and we have to make the right trade-offs with the right level of risk and move forward.
Dave, I just had a Dr. Surasky on. He's a psychotherapist. He's a medical doctor, and he also runs addiction treatment centers. And he's saying that across America, 100,000 kids are dying a day from opioid-related deaths, right? And we have about, by any estimate, by the worst, most manipulated estimate, 200,000 people total. God bless them all. But it seems like the lockdown is causing even worse collateral damage to me.
Yeah, there's no question. Addiction is up, alcoholism is up. There's no question about that. The solution actually was, again, brought up by the head of the CDC yesterday, the mask. The mask is far more protective of health than he said a vaccine would be. Japan went immediately to masks. They actually kept their economy open, but everybody was wearing masks, and they managed to avoid the death toll that we have. So, Donald Trump needs to admit, everybody wear a mask. If you want to go out, wear a mask, and that will help contain it considerably.
This is some real Columbia like hyperthink. So you're saying that a mask will help cure the opioid addictions?
No. The question of opening up the economy. Right? There's no question. The closed economy, to your point, the closed economy has resulted in deaths that wouldn't have happened normally as a result of overdose, addiction, suicide, and there's no question about that. So what's the solution? Well, now embracing the mask. If we're going to open up, you got to embrace the mask.
Understood. So, JB, this is a glorious day for me because I have been waiting for some of these bums and mutts from our former intelligence apparatus to get thrown in the hoosegow. And now the Senate Homeland Security Committee has authorized subpoenas from Obama officials, none other than John Brennan, James Clapper, and James Comey. Could this be the first brick to fall?
Well, first, John, I don't know why it took so long. This was so obvious. The case, we've had this evidence for so long that the top brass colluded to spy on the Trump campaign, the transition team, and then the campaign, right? Falsifying documents. You can't falsify when the documents were falsified, it was signed off by the higher ups, right? Even Joe Biden unmasked individuals and lied about it. If we're going to talk about lying and undermining our peaceful transition of power and undermining over 3.5 years and counting of this president's administration. It is not in line with our values, and it needs to be called out, and we need to have some type of punishment.
Dave, I got to ask you, and I respect you a lot, and I love having all voices on my show, but do you think in your heart of hearts that these guys they weaponized our intelligence agency? What you know now?
Wouldn't be the first time we had abuse of power from the executive branch or the presidency and involvement with spying on the opposing candidate. And I'd say, conduct the investigation, let the chips fall where they may. I don't think the American public particularly cares, but I certainly do. If you have a president abusing power at a time of an election.
Yeah, I think the public does care, and
That's
I
a
think
ding, ding, ding. That's a ding, ding, ding.
yeah. We're all in on that. Clap of
We're all in on
Brennan
that.
Comey to the clink, and I'd love to see it. I'll throw a watch party for that one. But guys, thank you so much. You're always my best guests. I love mixing it up with you guys, and hopefully you'll join us again next week, like you always have for over a year and a half now. These guys are the best of the best. John Burnett, David Eisenbach. Mixing it up. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. What's in the iron triangle, you ask? Stay right there.